Jaylen, thank you for taking time with us off the block. Congratulations on a sweep of the number 7 team in the country. Can you comment on your performance tonight?
This week in practice, me and Bryce have just really been working on our connection on the right side, because a lot of the preseason I was hitting on the left. So just getting a feel for being back on the right side was big this past week, and we really saw it come through tonight. Me and Bryce were just connecting like crazy. He is an amazing setter. I'm so lucky to have him on the court with me.
And of course, you're able to be on the right side at important times because of Gettinger coming in. He had a great service run at the end of the third set. Can you comment on just how you guys turned around a 5-point deficit into a sweep?
Yeah, I think we stimulate that a lot in practice with our second team, who I would argue if they were a team themselves, would be top 10. They challenge us more than any team just in practice. So when we see the score, it's like we've come back from more. So it really it was a challenge, but when we are doing what we practice and things are firing like they were, it's no problem for us.
What was Lewis doing at the beginning of set 3 that really put you guys in the hole?
I'm trying to think. I think to start the set, their block was really well formed. We just had some trouble getting it across the net. They put some really good service pressure on us, and I think we just really needed to take a step back, regroup, refocus, remind ourselves that we've done this in practice, we've been down, we normally start drills down. So just making sure that we work on our systems and not getting too in our heads and just playing good volleyball.
You spent time in the USA gym with Mitchum. Obviously a very intimidating presence, 6'10", 6'11". What kind of challenge does he present as a middle blocker?
Intimidating doesn't even begin to describe it. There were times when he was getting ready to hit, he was up, and there's 2 blockers up, but I still see him and the ball, and it's just like, this ball could knock me out right now if it hits me. And just playing against him is always a challenge, because it really takes that mentality of, okay, there's really nothing we can do about that, where you just have to get back, play volleyball. So just seeing him on the court and knowing him and his personality personally, it was cool. It's always fun to play against him.
Obviously, we know you more of as an offensive force, but I'll ask you a defensive question. What kind of challenge does the offense that Lewis was running present for you guys?
There's a lot of middle and a lot of OT middle. Mitchum was a big part of our offense. So just making sure that we were in base positions, and if we get a touch on the ball, trying to get it to a high enough point that someone else can get a second touch. And then I think there were some times when they knew that we were committing on the middle, so they would either set outside, set right side, and sometimes we were a little taken back because we were waiting for Mitchum to get set. But I think after a few times, we settled down and really recognized ball, setter, wait, and then go get the hitter.
You guys in your last match had 28 service errors. What was the message from the coaching staff after that match?
It was normally in practice we serve a little better than that, so that was just out of the ordinary. So there was a bit of a grace to it. Just some games might not go your way, but we also just took time to really think about why, and we really had a focus in practice on serving. We do a drill, get a water break, go out on the court and serve, drill, water break, serve. So again, just our coaches knowing what our strengths and weaknesses are and what we need to work on. And I'm so thankful for our coaches. They are some of the smartest, most intelligent people when it comes to knowing our bodies and knowing what players cannot take, and just knowing when to give us rest, knowing when to push us. They're amazing.
Of course, having Paul as the coach helps you as an attacker, right?
Oh yeah, and Paul, and then even the other right sides, Akeen, Scotty, Eli, just the feedback that they give me, the things that they tell me that they see, the things that we talk about, it's just a really supportive environment to grow, make mistakes, and learn from. And I feel like I've said this a million times, but I'm so lucky to be here with such an amazing group of guys that are just so supportive and just want the best for us.
You talk about your coaches and your teammates, but I'm sure there's other reasons why you transferred here. Can you tell us why you picked Pepperdine as opposed to any other school that you could have chosen?
Pepperdine, actually, had I not gotten into Stanford, was a school I was going to go to. I knew from when I stepped on campus that the coaches, at the time it was Marv who was the head coach and David, but I really felt that they cared about me as a player and wanted to see me grow and develop as a human also. Not to say my coaches at Stanford didn't. I wouldn't have gone there if I didn't think that, but I could not turn down the education at Stanford. I'm so happy that I went there. But as soon as Stanford decided to cut our team and I had to make a decision if I wanted to use my last year of eligibility for that or possibly graduate and move to a program, and then they didn't bring my team back until week 8 of spring quarter, so I really didn't have a decision. But it was always Pepperdine, honestly. Like, I knew if I ever got a chance to go anywhere else and play, even if I graduated from Stanford and wanted to go coach, like, I would want to come here. So it's an easy choice.
Do you still talk to the former players or former teammates and coaches at Stanford? How are they doing?
They're doing good. I talk to them occasionally. I'm getting my master's in clinical psych, so I am absolutely slammed with work all of the time. But we talk occasionally, and I really miss them. Like, they're the guys that I had some of like my biggest life experiences with, just being an undergrad and going to college. I'm sure anyone else who's been in undergrad has known the things that you learn, the things that you go through. So at the end of the day, they're always going to be my first family. Those boys, those coaches really hold a special place in my heart, and I cannot thank them enough for getting me here.
Besides extra coursework, what is the biggest difference between being an undergrad and a graduate student?
Besides the coursework, I would say probably just like not being an undergrad. Like, an undergrad, like, everyone has like that community of like, oh, like, we're in college, we're major, we're like studying, like, fun, party. But in grad school, it's okay, like, you're serious about this, you're really getting your education.
You're adulting.
So it's a lot less, I don't want to say fun, but they are say fun.
Serious.
Serious is a great word.
Nice. So let's look into, is it too early to look into the rest of the season, the MPSF season, or what is your outlook for the team the rest of the year?
I knew from the first day I stepped in the gym that this team is capable of some really special things. So while, like we were talking about earlier, on a good day, any team can beat anyone. It really doesn't matter what your rank is, who you've beaten. So I'm hesitant to make any predictions, but I think that we're going to find success in our conference and hopefully on the NCAA level.
Well, thank you for taking time with us off the block. Congratulations on a really impressive evening, and good luck the rest of the season.
No problem. Thank you so much for talking to me.